Um, Good evening, everyone, again. So, the main purpose of this channel is to share some insights that I have on certain aspects of life. Um, my name is Mzamo Jakavula, uh, originally from Mdantsane, East London. Okay. Um, I'm a medical doctor by profession, and I actually try to define myself outside of uh, those boundaries. I don't like to confine myself to being just a medical doctor, to being just Dr. Jakavula. I'm Dr. Jakavula at work, but outside of work, I'm Mzamo, I'm NJ, I'm JKV, uh, I'm the Phoenix, whoever you want me to be, or whoever you need me to be um, at, at that particular time. So due to various encounters that I've had with a number of people throughout my life, which hasn't been a very long life, I sort of uh, ended up having a role of offering advice a lot. I'm a person who likes to listen. When I talk, I talk. Okay, like you are going to see in the next series of videos. When I talk, I talk. But I actually prefer to listen. I prefer to study people, to learn people, to learn behaviors, and sort of compartmentalize uh, their behaviors, their thoughts, their actions, and all of those things. So that has actually led to me being insightful about certain things. These are not things that are necessarily hidden or things that are complex or that need a degree or PhD in psychology. These are just, ordinary observations, but it's just that people don't pay attention to them. So when you are one of those people who pay attention to detail, you actually end up sounding more insightful and more knowledgeable about certain things, so people end up coming to you for advice. Of course, a couple of times I do offer myself as a sounding board. If I see someone is frustrated or is going through something, I offer myself as a sounding board that they can talk to me, not with the purpose of offering advice per se, but just for them to vent out and talk, just to talk, to let it all out. Talking is therapeutic on its own. It's not always the case that a person really needs advice, but sometimes they just need to talk. But then one thing leads to another, and then I end up advising, and then I I sound intelligent, even though I actually didn't say anything wow. And then, yeah, people then tend to then come back and ask for more insight on you know related things. So because of those things, because of those encounters, uh, I then looked at what I can do to make this a whole lot easier. I believe I don't need to be Oprah. I don't need to be Dr. Phil. I don't need to be Felicia Mabuza Settle, Tara Banks, or whoever to offer advice. I don't need to have a PhD or degree in psychology to offer, not necessarily advice per se, to offer insight and to offer my opinion on certain things. Just like with everything else in life, some people will agree, some people will find my advice useful, and some won't, and that's okay, So those who benefit, great. Those who don't, then discard the advice. It's not working for you. So then the purpose of the channel is for me to have a platform to speak about various things, to speak about things ranging from my profession to current events happening around the country, around the world, speaking about life in general, speaking about relationship issues, um, speaking about how to get by, what things have I learned, and not only based on my own experiences, but based on the experiences of people that I've come across who are getting by, and to offer their insights, their own inputs, their views on how they see life and how they made it work for them. I believe that we, each of us as individuals, as people, we are different. We've got different core values, different personality characteristics, different ways of uh, thinking about things, different ways of analyzing things, and different ways of acting, or reacting to our environment. So, holistically, all those factors combined will then determine how one copes with life and what it offers them, how one progresses in life or regresses. Because some people, unfortunately, instead of going forward, they go backward. So these are things that, would differ from person to person. There is no one size fits all in life, in any aspect of life, whether it's business, whether it's academics, whether it's relationships, even if you're a criminal for that matter, you don't apply the same method as the other criminal. You use what works for you. So, that being said, that will be the purpose of the channel. I do hope it will be insightful to some, and that with time we will gain momentum, we will have a following. When I say we, I mean me and you who are watching. Um, there's not more than one me. But with more following, then you are able to engage in certain issues, you're able to discuss, you're able to gain insight from other people. As I said, for me, it's not only about giving insight, but it's also about learning from other people. So um, I give and I get. That's sort of interaction that I would actually love. So without further ado, then let's rock and roll.